Written communication. So written communication, we are saying oral communication, we said every time you are communicating through speaking, you are using the spoken words, then you are, that's oral communication. But in simple terms, written communication is the process of conveying information through written text. So it includes formal and informal formats such as letters, emails, memos, reports, notices, posters, flyers, PowerPoint presentation, and official documents. So in other words, every time you are communicating through writing, it's written communication. Whether you are making a post on social media, you are sending an email, as long as you are writing, it's written communication. As long as you are writing, you are sending someone a text, it's written communication. So oral communication is through speaking. So you are communicating through speaking, whereas to written communication, you are communicating through writing. Every time you communicate through writing, that is written communication. Now, let's look at advantages of written communication. So, written communication provides a permanent record. So, one of the advantages of written communication is there will be permanent record. You have you have records that you can refer to. So, there is permanent records compared to oral communication. Though nowadays, because of technology, oral communication can be, the conversation can be recorded, but in most cases it isn't so, and it wasn't so. And also, when you are recording someone, you have to get their permission to be recorded. So that is advantage number one. There is permanent record. You can refer to it from time to time. Uh, the second one is legally valid and useful as evidence. So written records, they are legally binding, they are valid, and they can be used as evidence. That's one of the most important, one of the advantages of written communication. Whatever is discussed, whatever, as long as it's a written record, it's valid, it's legally valid, and can be used as evidence. Even your signature, just your signature, is legally valid and will be used as evidence if you sign something that you don't understand. So make sure, even if you are signing, when you are signing something, make sure you're signing something that you understand. That is very important. The other one allows clarity, accuracy, and careful wording. So what that means is that when you are using written communication, you carefully construct the message with accuracy. You use the words carefully because you have time to prepare before it goes. Whereas compared to oral communication, you may just be mumbling and just beating around the bush. Why? Because that's when you are constructing. But with written communication, you have time to construct the message, to construct the message properly, to use the right word to redraft it. So it allows for clarity, accuracy, and careful wording. The fourth one is suitable for remote communication and collaboration. So whenever you are operating in a remote area, it's very, very, very important. No wonder those days when there wasn't technology, the only form of communication that was there so much was the letters. So you send a letter to the village, or you receive a letter from the village, and that was what was happening. The other one is it enables editing and reviewing before sending. So you edit, you clean up the message before you send. It enables you to edit and review before sending. The other one is accessible to people with hearing impairment. So those who can't hear but they can read, they can. It's accessible to them. The last one, but not the least, is effective for communicating with large audiences. It's very effective when you are communicating with large audiences. The disadvantages are time consuming and costly to prepare. So the process of you carefully framing the message, constructing the message to find the right words to use, it's time consuming and costly in a sense that sometimes it requires proper maybe documentation, that cost that is attached to it. If you are sending a letter, also there is that extra cost of the transport for the letter. Then slow or delayed feedback. With a written communication, oral communication, since you are talking to someone, they respond to you right there and then. You are there, you are responding, whether on the phone, it's right there and then. But for this one, there is delayed feedback. You may send someone a text, but it will take them time to respond to that text. They can respond anytime. But with oral communication, you can't ask someone who is there with you face to face. You ask them a question and they just continue going about their way. Then 1 hour later, then they respond to you. No, there is immediate feedback. Here, there is delayed feedback. Risk of misinterpretation due to lack of tone and body language. So this one, or written communication is easily misinterpreted because there is no proper tone, especially if you don't really understand language properly and writing. You find that you can't. It's very difficult to read the tone and body language of a person. So, for example, if you have a wrong picture in your mind, maybe you are thinking the person, for example, you are chatting with someone over text via WhatsApp, then in your mind, you are thinking they are upset. So everything that person sends to you, you'll be reading and interpreting them with that mindset that they are upset, and that may lead to misinterpretation. The other one is limited emotional connection. It's very, very difficult unless those who are really, really good. Those are the people that can tap into the emotional connection. But for a layman, for a person who is an ordinary person, an average person, you find that it's very difficult to tap into the emotional aspect of just writing. So limited emotional connection. Then data security and privacy concern. That's also another disadvantage. Then it's difficult to modify while sent. So oral communication, as you are talking, you can easily adjust depending on the whole situation, how the person is responding, maybe their facial expression or body language. You can read and adapt the message. But once this one is sent, you can't modify. The last one, but not the least, legal implication if poorly written. So there are legal implications with this one. It's legally binding. So make sure you sign. If you are signing, if you are trying to, if you are getting involved in written communication, make sure whatever you're doing